We are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Cardi B has announced on Spaces that she's in fear of her life after the president's advisor went after her on social media, and she is blaming Nicki Minaj behind the scenes. Now, the advisor tweeted and said, "Thanks for playing, Cardi B. I appreciate you dropping your frivolous lawsuit threat against me. I forgive you." Okay. This is in response to Cardi B a few days ago saying she was going to sue after the advisor was calling her out after an article came out about Nicki Minaj having bots, and allegedly the people behind the article and the data that came out are in cahoots with Cardi B and Devil Nation. Now, Cardi B said in a now deleted Spaces that she didn't really want any smoke because she's in fear of her and her family's safety. She said, "I don't want no beef with no white folks that work in the mother effing White House, because God forbid my mother effing plane blow up some weird ish or I get kidnapped and they play with my family." So that's what she had to say. She said also that the far right fans and the Barbs, they attacked her for 4 to 3 days straight for no reason. Then she also accused not only the advisor for attacking her, but also the attorneys that work for this current administration. So she's in fear of her life based on what she has said. And behind the scenes, she is blaming Nicki Minaj. She thinks Nicki Minaj has put the battery in the advisor and the attorneys and a lot of the far right fans. She thinks that Nicki Minaj has told them to go after her, because it's not the first time that advisor or anyone from this current administration has basically dragged Cardi B. Okay, so let me know how y'all feel about it. Do you feel like Cardi B should be fearful? She's saying that she's fearful. Now, in my opinion, I feel like Cardi B is looking for sympathy. Like, girl, all the threats that Cardi B has said to people and all the stuff she has said to Nicki Minaj, I'm like, girl, like, are you really scared, or are you trying to get sympathy? That's what it's given. Now, moving on from that, unfortunately, Camel Face, due to Nicki Minaj's recent post, what was it? On Grammy night. Remember, she posted Camel Face and Aaliyah on Grammy night. We already know what she was saying that night. We don't need to go over it. But basically, due to those posts and how Nicki has been calling out the industry and Camel Face for, I think, over a year. She's been calling him out for a while now. Camel Face has told Anna Wintour he does not want Nicki Minaj around his wife, who is going to be co-chair at the Met Gala this year. Okay, let me know if you guys are excited for the Met. So there's a lot of celebrities that are planning on going. Allegedly, Cardi B will be there. Solange might go. Beyonce is definitely going to be there. Camel Face allegedly doesn't really want to go there, not because of necessarily Nicki, but because, remember, the scandal that happened with him getting beat up at the Met Gala in the elevator, that happened years ago. So that's one of the reasons why he don't really want to go back. That has traumatized him. But in regards to Beyonce, he doesn't want Nicki around at all during the Met Gala. And he has told Anna Wintour this, but it's not his decision. It's Anna's decision. It's not his decision, okay? He not even in the fashion industry like that. Beyonce is a little bit, I don't know if everybody considers her a fashion icon. I do, but she's not like a fashion gatekeeper like Anna Wintour is. So it's ultimately up to Anna Wintour. But he has basically told, a lot of people behind the scenes that are in charge of the Met, not just Anna, that, he doesn't want her around, okay? And his job is to protect Beyonce. Now, I don't think Nicki would ever run up on Beyonce. I don't think she would even say anything. But it would be very awkward for her to go. All her ops are going to be there. I don't know if Nicki even feel comfortable going. All her ops are going to be at the Met. Cardi B, possibly Megan. Doechii is planning to go. She don't fuck with Doechii. Who else is going? We know Beyonce and Solange, and to me, it's just gonna be too many people that Nicki don't get along with being there. It really would put more of a target on her back than it would on Beyonce. I don't think that Beyonce should be in fear, and I don't think she is in fear. I think Camel Face is just trying to mark his territory and, try to act like he in charge of something that he ain't. He ain't no fashion guru. But I think it would put more of a target on Nicki's back, especially, since she has basically dissed a lot of people, not just the Carters. She recently dissed Lizzo. Lizzo allegedly is planning on going. So it is a lot of people that are going to be, looking at Nicki Minaj if she go. I don't think anybody except Cardi B would try to run up on Nicki. Okay, I think Cardi B, she definitely will try to throw a shoe or do something. We heard how she was acting, backstage at SNL because they wanted to do a Nicki Minaj joke that had nothing to do with her, and how she was acting, throwing stuff, acting a fool. I'm waiting for the video to leak, okay? And she never really denied anything, okay? Because she knows there's some truth to it. She ain't deny it. We know Cardi B got anger issues, and she gets away with it because she's Latina. So the only person that would probably run up on Nicki is Cardi B. And she gonna run up and get done up like she did the last time. But Nicki not gonna have Ra to knock, some sense into her. Okay? Ra put that knot on her head. But Ra and Nicki are not on good terms either. So it's like, who gonna protect Nicki? Because Kenny, he never went to the Met. He's been in the car, but he's never actually went to the Met. So it's going to be interesting. I don't know if Nicki would really go, though, this year, because I feel like too many of her ops are going to be there. And I know that Anna is cool with, the Republican Party. She's cool with some people on the Republican side. But I feel like it wouldn't be worth Nicki to go. And, all those people, they going to try something. Mostly Cardi B. I feel like Cardi B going to try something. Absolutely. Now, speaking of Cardi B going crazy backstage at the SNL show, sources close to the situation had told TMZ Cardi B having a bad night, just like anyone else has from time to time, adding while the show doesn't condone bad behavior, the SNL crew is not holding any grudge towards Cardi B, and she is welcome to return to SNL, okay? Now, my whole thing is, would that be done if that was Doechii or Megan Thee Stallion or Nicki Minaj? No, because they're black, okay? You're not having a bad night because you got upset that they mentioned Nicki Minaj. That's not having a bad night, okay? That's inexcusable. Was she having a bad night when she threw bottles at Off the Cheats mistresses, or when she threw a mic at a reporter because they asked her if she was pregnant by Off the Cheat? And it seems as though she has a lot of bad nights along with her bad faces. It seems as though she gets away with a lot. And in my opinion, I feel like we got to start holding Cardi B accountable for her actions. All she had to tell the producers were, I don't feel comfortable with that joke. You don't have to go off and start screaming and throwing things. She gets away with a lot, but eventually them tables will turn. Now, unfortunately, Megan Thee Stallion is getting clowned on social media because her new BBB remix for Juvenile has not debuted on Apple Music in the top 200 chart. It is struggling still to enter the top 10 on iTunes. Okay, so this is what Cardi B fans are actually saying about Megan Thee Stallion, which is very interesting because, Cardi B fans and Megan Thee Stallion fans seemingly drag each other, I've noticed in recent months. So Cardi B fans are clowning Megan Thee Stallion's new remix. Now, I did check, and the BBB remix is not in the top 10 on iTunes, okay? And like I said before, and this is not shade to Megan Thee Stallion, it's actually shade to the people that pretend to support Megan, because I think that they have been using Megan, in my opinion, to push certain narratives. But a lot of people only support Megan Thee Stallion on social media. They actually do not support her music. And that's why she's forced to do brand deals. She do the most brand deals out of everybody. Sweetie used to do the same thing, if people remember. Remember, Sweetie used to have the Crocs deal, the McDonald's deal, the Walmart deal, but the music was never selling. She doing the same thing Sweetie do. Okay? When the music's selling, you don't have to do as many brand deals. So you don't see Taylor, Adele, Beyonce, NICKI, you don't see them do 1,000 different brand deals ever in their whole career. Okay, you don't see that because the music is selling. Okay, now with that being said, Megan did clap back. She said it's a very bad time to be a hater because she is everywhere. And I agree. I think Megan Thee Stallion is everywhere except the charts, where she needs to be. Now, Pissy Face Carisha, young toilet seat, will be receiving 100,000 lashings. She did an interview and said that she can't date no man that makes $100 million, even though young Pissy Face Carisha will never see 100 milli ever in her life. Even if she gave that coochie to every rich nigga in the country, she still will never see $100 million. Okay. Now, with that being said, a fan said no man with 100 milli will date a hoe like her. She said check the score because, as we know, she previously dated Diddy, who is currently in jail, and he was previously worth $1 billion. But that was the only person. The other duds that you dated were nowhere near closer to 100 million net worth. I mean, Diddy found you on the street. That should be very clear. And you was one of his concubines. He had a baby on you. I mean, he beat on Cass. He had a baby with that other Asian girl. He was peeing in your mouth every night. I don't understand why you bragging about dating Diddy. And he's currently in jail. If you can get another man that's worth as much as Diddy, you would have already found him. Okay, what you waiting for Diddy to get home? Because he's the only billionaire that's giving you the time of day. Camel Face, as much as he cheat, he not looking at your direction. No NFL or basketball players are really cuffing you like that. Stefan Diggs dumped you for Cardi B. I don't understand what young toilet seat is talking about. Talking about check the score. No, you need to check for diseases because you hoe around too much. And she brag about stuff that don't really make sense. I would be embarrassed if I dated Diddy. I mean, his career will never be the same. You bragging about it and your career is in the toilet. If you could get another rich nigga that is worth the same amount as Diddy, you would have already been dating him. The only person that's worth $100 million or more that you dated was Diddy. That was the only one. So you only got 1 point. Okay? And actually it's negative because he's in jail. So $100 million lashings to young toilet seat, the bird, the dummy, and the most untalented female rapper in the game. Okay? It would be one thing if Diddy wasn't abusive, but bragging on Diddy, that's terrible. It'd be one thing if he wasn't abusive, but it's like bragging about him, that's a chop. Now, moving on to Rihanna. As we know, Rihanna previously, a few days ago or 2 days ago, teased that she was in the studio. Now, allegedly, she's dropping in the spring. Okay? Like she might be dropping a single or something in the spring. Okay? That's what they're saying behind the scenes. Let me know how y'all feel about it. I feel like there's a lot of people dropping in the spring. We got Harry Styles. Isn't he dropping? I think his first single was trash. Then allegedly Champagne Thickums is also coming. Imagine if, Champagne Thickums and Rihanna drop around the same time. That's going to be kind of funny. That's going to be kind of fire. But I feel like if Rihanna dropped near Champagne Thickums or around Champagne Thickums, he's going to be pissed. He's going to be dissing her left and right. So I think Rihanna would sell more. Obviously, she a pop star. Even though naturally Champagne Thickums has done better first week sales than Rihanna, I feel like when it comes to her hiatus, that is going to have people support their music, especially the first week sales. So let me know how y'all feel about it. I definitely think it's going to be interesting, okay? But anyway, I got some very hot tea on 50 Cent, Diddy, Nicki Minaj, Camel Face, Taylor, and Selena on Patreon. Link will be in the description, and have a great day.